Stechschulte, thank you guys for coming tonight. Small group, I'm sorry now, hopefully we get a few more come in before the day is done here. Just want to do a couple quick introductions here. Obviously, I think most of you got the invitation via email. I think it's kind of always separate. We're working on that. We'll get that fixed. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to generate some interest here in between our manufacturing and other businesses obviously interested in the wind energy supply chain. It's kind of what we're trying to do here. It's not an original idea. This is something that folks north of us have done, and in the New North area, the Green Bay area, the Fox Valley, they're actually a lot further ahead on this than we are. We're just kind of getting started here. What we want to do is at least kind of start facilitating the discussion here locally in the Dane County area, in the Madison area. How do we start taking a look at some of their opportunities here? And what are the real opportunities we might be taking a look at? Hopefully in the email you've received, you got a link to this news blog that we put together. What we've tried to do is at least try to centralize one spot that has meeting information when we get together here monthly and what we've talked about. Two, some local news, regional news has popped up in terms of what's happening in the wind development industry in various aspects. If it's notable, we try to get it posted on here. If it's really important, we try to send it out directly on our email list that we have. And three, we just want to really start kind of going and centralizing and trying to develop a critical mass and seeing if there is one here of companies who are really interested in pursuing this. So this is kind of our resource and our notes that we use as far as keeping track of information regarding the meetings. Anybody, if you have any questions, you can certainly call me. My number is on there. And if when in doubt, you should hopefully be able to click on this website here and check out and kind of see where we're going. We do want to have a brief conversation on kind of what we'd like to do with these. This event and our last one have been kind of more informal. We're going to kind of keeping more of them as networking opportunities. We were planning on doing it on maybe a quarterly basis, bringing in some more formal speakers and actually making it more of an event where there's a registration process and we actually have some sponsors and so forth, like we did for our first one 2 months ago, which we had very good attendance. We actually had more than 60 people come to that event. So we think obviously maybe the formal structure is a little bit more appealing to folks as much, for me enough is just to be able to come up and drink a beer. That's enough to get me but so maybe not necessarily for some other folks. So we're going to go back and maybe formalize that, how we're setting up that format a little bit. Our next meeting, we are looking at, I think it's August 26th, I believe. We're looking at Jeff Anthony from the American Wind Energy Association coming and being our speaker. We are going to be looking for some sponsors and so forth to help out with that process. But I think what we'd like to do, we're going to do a test run today. I won't get too windy here. Tony Mader from Badger Electric Motor has agreed to kind of be our volunteer, our first one to come in and talk about doing a company spotlight. What we want to do is we're going to hear a little bit about Tony's background and his company's background and what they're doing, and kind of how they're positioning themselves in relation to the wind industry. What successes they've had, maybe some issues that they're having, and where we can maybe improve, trying to make some things better. We'd like to do that at least once a meeting. We'd like to focus on one particular company every meeting here. And we try to at least get, we'll take blind luck if somebody actually happens to hear a resource that they might need. We figure the more we have that conversation, the more likely we're going to get folks here in Wisconsin to be able to help one another a little bit. So I guess without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Tony.